There are two types of hook parameters. Install time parameters, as the name suggests, it's the parameter we pass while installing the hook. And there is runtime parameter. It's the parameter anyone passes while triggering the hook, that is the hook account. This video is about install time parameter. So install time parameters allows hooks to be generic and flexible. So that's what we are going to see in this video. This is a continuation from previous video, so please watch it before this one. The link is in the description section of this YouTube video. So let's get started. In previous video, we hard-coded the master account. With this, if someone installs your hook using hook hash, the amount will be forwarded to your account. Obviously, not desirable. Suppose this code is open sourced. Everyone can change master account. But when they compile the code, it gives different bytecode as the content is changed. This is unnecessary and not good for the network. So let's make the code generic and allow different users to use different account IDs using hook parameter. I'll give a simple example. Suppose you have a program which adds 10 and 20 and others want the same thing but for different numbers. If you compile each of these code, you will get different bytecode as the content is different. Instead of putting all these code on the ledger, why not generalize it and everyone use the same hook hash? You only need this code and each user using it can have X and Y as hook parameter. That reduces the duplicate code and blotting on the network. I hope you get the point. Now let's modify the code we wrote in previous video. I'll comment this out, but we still need the variable. I'll copy it because account ID is 20 bytes. Now I'll use HookParam, hook API. And this is the syntax, the value and the key. I'll use yum for master account yum as key. So 1 character, so 1 byte. Do not use double or triple equals here. It's not allowed in C. If there is no hook parameter passed with the key yum, then roll back. Maybe with a message, something like misconfigured. Destination account not set as a hook parameter, something like this. Everything looks fine. Save it and compile. Before installing, we need account ID of master account. I'll copy this. You can copy the below format, this one, if you are hard coding it. We are not hard coding it here, so copy this one. Set hook, trigger on payment transaction, by the way. Add hook parameter, the key is yum or anything. I'll just give yum and set hook. This key should just match in the hook code here. Now let's test it out. I will send one ZA from Alice's account to hook account, which forwards the ZA to master account in around like 6 seconds to this account. So let's check that. Observe Alice account. One ZA is transferred from Alice to hook account, and after around 6 seconds, one ZA is transferred from hook account to master account. Yeah, hope you observed it. You can make more transactions and check it. Let's open the hook account in Explorer and check the hook detail. Go to this hooks, scroll down. Okay, this is the account ID we configured. This 4D is letter M in hex. Let's copy it. Let's cross verify. Yeah, the same thing. Go to search and paste it. Yeah. Let's simply add more hook parameter like amount and ledger number just to check how it works. It's not needed for this hook, but still, just to demonstrate, I'll just do it. Remember the number of bytes here. So I'll just type AMT for amount. Let's go back to the tools, float to XFL, to copy the XFL, paste it here, and the ledger, I'll just call it LDGR for ledger. It's 4 bytes, by the way. Again, go back to the tools. You cannot just enter decimal here, okay? So let's get the hex value, which is flipped. I'll show another video why we need this in this format. For now, just copy this, the flipped version, 32 bytes, 32 bits, which is 4 bytes. Now let's set the hook. Once again, let's get back to the Explorer and refresh. And there you go. You have all the values you set. Each of this value can be different for different installations of the same hook. If you don't specify your own while installing this hook via hook hash, then the default parameter applies. That is the hook parameters which was supplied for the first time. Those are default values. Let's simply read all the hook parameters inside the hook. Use the same keys, by the way. Since it's the same API, I'll just copy it 2 more times for amount and ledger. You have to make sure it's the same key. If you miss the key, it will start throwing error when you test it, not while installing. So that's the problem. So amount is always 8 bytes if it's native currency and 48 bytes if it's IOU. We will make an IOU transaction in another video, so it will be very clear. So next is LDGR for ledger. So ledger number and sequence numbers are all 4 bytes in length. Just write these down, like account ID 20 bytes, amount 8 bytes for native currency, 48 bytes for IOU, ledger and sequence numbers are 4 bytes. There are only a couple of them, so if you have the list handy, you are just covered. So this copies 4 bytes. Let's trace all the values. Since it's buffer, we use trace hex. Let me remove the space. Let's display the master account too. Let's save and compile this. There are some errors. What does this? Never mind. We already have this variable. Let's just change this, the amount. I'll call it amount underscore param. Use this variable. Let me test once again. Reinstall it. Everything is good to go. Set hook. We still have an error. It rolls back, misconfigured amount not set. So we know the error is somewhere here. And that's because, look at the key. We didn't change the number of bytes of the key. Each character takes 1 byte. So this is 3 bytes and this is 4 bytes. This should fix it. Install the hook. Once again, we are basically overwriting the hook at first position. So previously installed hook gets replaced. Yep, now it works. You can cross verify with our hook parameter. So I'll put the code on GitHub, link to which is present in the description section of this YouTube video. In the next video, let's see how runtime parameters work. Hope you like this. Please like and share this video with your friends and stay subscribed for more videos. Thank you.